Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, accompanied by Queen Taylor, and we are trying something a little bit different on the channel. One that I'm kind of excited about. It could be catastrophic and horrible for us. I don't really know.
We will find out.
Um we have been searching the internet.
Mhm.
Taylor's been searching the internet for videos for us to react to that are just kind of interesting for us to do.
Something just a little different that you're not seeing all over the place. We
Yeah,
wanted something new.
fun
Yeah.
and just educational rich, I
Mhm.
guess. Just like really and one of the criteria here was like what was because there's a bunch of these. This is going to be a test run.
Yeah.
This one's a test bed. So if this video does well, we'll continue on and we'll do others. But basically, what I wanted to know was what is life like before World War II in Europe?
Before and during.
Before and during. And so Taylor found this website called the British Council Film. And it's got films that were created in 1940s, 1945s, like real, classics that I'm curious if anyone's actually seen them.
Yeah. It's a very sort of niche thing. These are all done in the 1940s. So I feel like a lot of these are not going to be seen by the masses. So it's something very different.
Yeah. And so I feel like an obligation almost to preserve these bad boys, to get them back in the limelight and like, I don't know, compare how it was then to now.
Yeah. Just take a step back and see what life was like.
And really appreciate it and find out some new and interesting things that we wouldn't have known.
We did find multiple different videos that we're interested in watching. These are all short films. They're, like 12 to 20 minutes each approximately. Like Steven said, this one's going to be kind of a test run, but we did find, I would say, a good chunk of videos that we have an interest in watching, but we're starting with this particular one because it shows the life of a Yorkshire family during the 1940s. And since we had recently just finished up educating Yorkshire on Patreon, and we are just about to finish it up on YouTube, just finished it up actually this week, it was the perfect one. We're like, you know what? We just watched 2 full series of school in Yorkshire in, the early 2000s. And then again, just last year. Why not just go back all these years and see what life was like in the 1940s in Yorkshire? So this is the perfect video to start our little new adventure of these 40s films and just kind of get a little taste of it.
We might call it like a series. We might have like a special series for just this on the channel. Maybe like Back in Time. I don't know the name. We can probably use your help with the name for the series, but this is the original description of this video. I'm not sure if we'll have it included with our reaction video to this, but you want to read it out to them?
Yeah. So the original description says, the life of a typical Yorkshire family. A young Yorkshireman describes the life led by his family, who all work in the great woolen mills of the district. Their work is shown and their recreations, which include football, music, amateur theatricals, and cycling over the beautiful countryside. Recreations, sorry. They all love singing, and the film ends with the annual performance of Handel's Messiah, which is traditional in the West writing.
Very cool. Now, I know that this is kind of shaking up the format a little bit because normally reactions and reaction videos are of videos that people have already seen and they just want to see a reaction to it. Here, we're trying to present something brand new that maybe you haven't seen.
Yes.
And that's what's really exciting about this, because this could be like amazing for everyone around. Yeah. So I'm excited. You guys, this is We of the West writing. Let's hop on over to the video and let's give it a watch. Black and white. Okay. I'm getting very old Western movie vibes.
Yeah.
Do any of these names remind you? Do you know any of these people?
Recognize any of them? Spread across the north of England, stretching almost from coast to coast, is Yorkshire. Its area is divided into 3 parts or ridings, and this film tells a story of a typical family living amidst the moors and woolen mills of the largest of these, the West Riding.
Oh, cool.
This is the West Riding. Go up into its wild stretches of moor, seek out a town in one of its steep valleys, and you'll find a people with a life and ways of their own.
The cobblestone roads. So it's interesting, and I hate to pause it so soon, but like we have asphalt now. So roads aren't cobblestone, but I would think that a lot of that would be preserved, right? Like there's still like a lot of walkways and
That are cobblestone, you're saying?
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
really not a thing here.
not many places. Usually in like downtown areas is where you're seeing cobblestone streets, but really otherwise outside of those downtown areas, yeah, you don't see them. But this is also not 1940, so I don't know how many cobblestone streets we had in 1940 here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gorgeous though.
Just above the great mill where the high-piled lorries are forever beginning and ending their journeys, that's where I was born. Wherever I stood, I could see the mill below me, with its smoke-blackened walls and roofs. Just across there was my home.
Wow.
We lived in a small stone house in the middle of a row, in the middle of streets all exactly the same.
All the kids playing in the middle together.
Actually, I love that.
Yeah. It's a very community-based feeling.
Yeah.
Here, my mother waged an endless war against the smoke from the mills, scrubbing, washing, and polishing. For like all West Riding women, she would stand no dirt in her home, inside or out. Aye, my mother's always been a worker. She's brought up a family of 10. 2
Wow.
of the girls and 3 sons in the forces is not so bad. And even now, she still helps out in the mill sometimes, when they're short-handed. You see, before she was married, she used to work as a mender, and she's never forgotten her trade. My father's job is perching. That means holding cloth up against the light to spot any faults in it.
Oh.
He's worked in Mr. Armitage's mill for 35 years,
Wow.
and I reckon they must have handled a good 1,000,000 miles of cloth in that time. We Sykes have been a textile family all through, as you might say. My brother had his in the combing room, in charge of 7 machines and the girls that worked them. Aye, the mill's a rackety place, but if you want a quieter corner, you'll find it in the pressing room. This is my brother Tom. All day long, he moves backwards and forwards, leaving the cloth as smooth as a billiard table.
Already, I feel like this is a how it's made video.
Yeah, it feels how it's made. Yeah, we really enjoy that show. I like seeing the process of how these things work and seeing the kind of different multiple facets of it and knowing that the whole family basically works in it and each person has their own little corner of where they work and what they've kind of perfected. And
It's kind of I'm a little envious of the lifestyle. And I don't say that in a slight because of the way, we live now, but like if you think about the community aspect of it, where they go into work and each of them have their own jobs and they've been doing that job for so long, but it's like a family,
Yeah.
and we all do the same thing. We all get together, and I I think that row homes, which sounds not very appealing in today's
Yeah.
modern age, but like we had discussed this where we were like, let's get a family compound. Like, let's get a compound where we can have, our families all together and we can help raise our children.
Basically do this.
And they're already
Yeah.
basically doing it.
Yeah.
And I can
All the women
imagine-
out doing laundry together and the kids are playing and the men are at work. And
I can imagine back in the 40s, the population was not near as like crazy as it is today.
yeah.
The world population. So I feel like there would be, because we didn't have the baby boom from the world wars. So I feel as though things were less constricting back then. I don't know. And this is probably not the way that they do textiles nowadays.
Yeah. Be interesting to do a more recent modern
Modern one,
video
yeah.
to see.
They probably got like hella crazy machines.
Yeah.
Just,
Go twice as fast.
Yeah.
Less imperfections.
Back among the clatter of the looms, you'll find our Edna and our Annie. They say they get used to the noise and manage to talk by lip reading.
That's interesting.
In the warehouse, the cloth lies all baled up, ready to be sent out into the world. My Uncle Joshua's in charge there. When I was a lad, that was the only part of the mill I could get inside. And to get inside the mill where everything important seemed to be going on and where everyone in the West Riding seemed to work, that was my greatest ambition.
Aw.
In those precious moments after bringing Uncle Joshua his tea, I'd wander around looking at the names of the places to which our cloth was going. New York and all the states of North America. Cape Town and the mysterious lands of Africa. South America. Canada. Soon all this cloth will be on its way across the sea
Montreal.
to be touched and worn by people of all nations. I would go back into the street, wondering if I should ever see any of these exciting faraway countries, for the West Riding seemed a very grim and drab place to me then.
Looks full of what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I think at that age,
Yeah.
all these big buildings and smokiness, dust.
Like how
But
they
now
just
I've
push
grown
that
up,
kid.
I've learned differently. I've got a tandem. At least I have shares in the back seat. We're great cyclists in the West Riding, you know. Every weekend, wind, rain, or snow, and it's generally one or t'other, we get on our bikes and leave the smoke of the towns behind. And when you're out with a club of 50 or 60 lads and girls,
Wow.
strung out over the moors with the wind whistling through your ears, you just can't help singing.
Oh, that's nice. It's gorgeous too.
Simpler, happier times, man.
So it feels like it's like a simpler, happier times. And I know that like the war is looming,
Yeah.
but in the moment, I'm sure that's really nice to be able to get with your mates and just ride bikes. I haven't rode a bike in like 15, 20 years now.
It's been a really long time since I've been on a bike as well.
And I used to love it. I used to ride my bike so much that the palms or the top of my hands would get sunburned. And that's like a pain I don't think many people will understand unless they had that happen to them. It is horrific because it just hurts all the time. But I really love the countryside that we're seeing here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so serene and peaceful, and all the buildings are just made of stone, and it's like you could feel that lived in. I don't want to say like castle like, but just something ancient about it, or
Yeah.
just historic.
Mm-hmm.
Rough, sweeping hills, crowned with dark rocks and purple heather, miles and miles of lonely moor where the curlews dip and call, and the great winds tear across the sky, driving the clouds before them, bending even the stubborn heather. That's our country. The wild novels of the Bronte sisters were born in these moorlands. Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre were written about these lonely houses and the brooding loneliness of the West Riding
Wuthering
Hills.
Heights.
Yes, it's a hard country, especially on the tops. But follow the trickle of water which starts under a boulder. Follow it down from its remote moorland cradle, and it'll lead you through lovely valleys where every bend in the river reveals a village of old stone houses and men who work with their hands. Now the sheep, grazed on the rough expanses of the fells, are being rounded up. For the beginning of April is lambing time, and the dalesmen must move their flocks to the sheltered fields nearer the farms.
Who's that dog? Get that sheep?
He was hurting.
Stone walls stretch in endless straight lines across and over these dales. The people who first enclosed the moors are forgotten, but the walls are repaired each year with the same old skill. Dry stone walling is not easy. You learn to find the right shaped stone when you're a boy.
Just sitting
and
on
so
top
the
of each other.
craft goes on.
Yeah, so is there just no mortar to that?
Yeah, it
It's
looks like they're just stacked. Yeah, that's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. Why wouldn't you mortar it? Even if you just use clay.
I don't know. It's gonna sound so stupid. I actually can't believe I'm admitting this. I've seen too many movies, okay? When I went on my little Euro trip and I did my backpacking thing, I like prayed. I wanted it to happen so bad when I was in like England or Ireland, where I was just going down a road and got stuck behind a bunch of sheep. I like my trip was not going to be complete without that happening. And I was like, it's got to happen. It just has to be part of my experience. I wanted it to happen so bad, and it didn't.
Maybe in the 40s it would.
Maybe. I've seen too many movies, like I said, but I was like, I just can't wait to get there and get stuck on the road, and I can't go anywhere because there's all these sheep blocking the road.
Were you going to be upset about it?
No, I was going to be like, this is great.
This is great. Damn sheep.
Didn't happen.
In a village here and there, you may still find the besom maker, binding bundles of moorland ling together to make brooms and packing.
Oh, okay.
That's neat.
As village follows village and the river widens, The rough moors are forgotten in the quiet of gentle meadows.
Doing a little fishing.
Yes, the dales are rich in water, as the
That's
monks of
gorgeous.
old knew well when they built their abbeys, like Bolton on the Wharf. You wouldn't call the West Riding easy farming country, but the short, sweet grass which grows in the limestone dales and the rougher grasses high up on the fells can pasture many sheep.
You went to Yorkshire, right?
Mm-mm.
No, that was one you decided to skip.
I mean, I didn't, to be fair, I didn't see a lot of England. I would like to.
There were
This is
already
gorgeous.
10,000
Yeah.
sheep in Yorkshire, and their wool was being shipped as far away as Italy when Skipton Castle was built 600 years ago.
Wow.
The Earl was rich with wool. He carved above his gate the word désormais, or as we might say in Yorkshire, we shall do it whatever the opposition. A motto still graved deep in the hearts of this stubborn and independent moorland people.
Have you guys heard that before?
Have you?
Let us know.
One more time. What was it? Desmore?
Desmore,
Desmore?
I think.
Does that still ring true? This was back in the 40s now. Let us know.
As I got to know West Riding better, biking through it and talking with people, I began to understand how it was that this great textile industry, with its smoke-black towns, had grown out of the heart of our hills. For one thing, our position on the maps got a lot to do with it. Now, here's the West Riding right in the heart of Great Britain. Here are the ranges of the Pennine chain, and from these hills and moors run the fast-flowing rivers, here and here and here. That's meant there has always been plenty of water to make power, water to turn the mills, water in every village to scour and dye, and wool on the hills, all that was needed for making cloth. People were weaving cloth in the cottages and villages of the West Riding Hills 700 years ago. Some folks say longer than that. The weaver worked at home in his own cottage or in a mill by the stream. The loom stood in the upstairs room with its many windows to give him light.
That's crazy.
When his piece of cloth was woven, the weaver threw it over his donkey's back and set off with it down the rough pack-horse track and over the pack-horse bridge with its low parapets so that the cloth would swing clear, and so to the market. For hundreds of years, in homesteads tucked away in the folds of the moors, the West Riding men wove their cloth on their own looms and were their own masters. Then the bouncing lid of a boiling kettle pointed a new power, steam. All over the West Riding, the new machines began to turn, and once again the raw materials were close at hand. Towns grew and spread and joined with each other. Towns born for one purpose, the making of cloth for the whole world.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
And so the great body of weavers began to move down the valleys to the new mills, for they couldn't compete against machine-made cloth. They had to leave behind their old pack roads among the heather. Their cottages beside the streams were left to the mercy of wind and rain. There was no longer any life for them in the hills. At first they resisted bitterly, for in the mills they would no longer be their own masters. But the world needed their skill, so they came at last to the towns and mastered the machines. They achieved more than any of them had ever dreamed, and in so doing won for themselves new opportunities to enjoy their countryside. In all this change, the people remained as they had always been. Sturdy, independent, eager to make the most out of life in any surroundings. Take any textile family. My family, the Sykes. They'll be having their evening meal just now.
I like how they're like so renowned that it's like the Sykes family.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone knew the Sykes family back then.
The whole
probably.
family has been, yeah. I would like to know if you or anybody in your family has known a Sykes.
No, yeah. I mean, the family crests are really big. You know, it's just, I can imagine where the Sykes family and the X family and this family,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's just remarkable.
Yeah.
I feel like here we're just lost. No one knows who we are. No, it's like there's no tradition or history there.
Yeah.
It's just all gone. And it kind of goes to show just the resilience of this, of Yorkshiremen. Because yeah, as the new mills come in, because the industrial revolution was happening and steam locomotives and steam just powered things started coming to the fold, I could see the change being daunting.
Yeah.
And being, you know, especially for someone older, someone who's been doing one thing their entire life,
Yeah.
to be able to learn.
Didn't he say he had a relative that was doing it for like 25 years or 35 years or something?
But that just,
Yeah, that's a big change.
But you adapt,
Mhm.
and these people adapt, and that's incredible.
Yeah.
Because they're also, you got to think about it too. Those old machines, they're not like user friendly. They didn't make those things to be easy to operate. They're
Yeah.
probably like extremely dangerous and like, you know, complicated. And I couldn't even imagine, to be honest with you.
The British wasted, I'm the one with strain. I mean, I never tried to catch it. What have you come to my station for, I said? Why, I said, just to fly my pigeons.
Yes, my father's pet hobby is flying his pigeons. On a Saturday afternoon, he'll take them anything up to 30 miles away and set them off and watch them head for home.
Wow.
That's how you train racing pigeons, by taking them further and further away from the place where they were reared. Dad loves to watch them drop in from the sky after a long flight. Sometimes he races them from hundreds of miles away, sends them to places where he's never been.
And they just come right
He's
back.
won
That's
quite a few
fascinating.
pounds at that game. But I reckon he gets most of his pleasure from just having them around and caring for them. On Saturday afternoons, you'll find our Tom and Harry out following a different sport. Football's their game. They know all the players in the home team, and they judge every move in the game with the eyes of experts.
So that's interesting. Did he pick it up with his hand?
They know all the players in the home team, and they judge every move in the game with the eyes of experts.
Maybe it was out of bounds or something.
Yeah. Or goalie. Can goalie use their hands? Goalie can use their hands.
And the match doesn't end on Saturday. The inquest often continues for the rest of the week, in the mill or the street or anywhere handy. You'd think my brothers were deciding the fate of the world, the way they argue about football. They're still hard at it when I get home from cycling, but then there's always plenty of talk at our table. We all fancy ourselves as experts at one thing or the other. Uncle Joshua, he plays in the mill's brass band, and our Edna, she's a star in the town's amateur dramatic society. They're doing Jane Eyre this time.
Do you think because I'm little, obscure, poor, and plain?
You know what I really like is you talk, and this sounds like a literal nightmare to me now, but I think at the time things would have been very different. You talked about, you know, like community and things like that. And it's like they're there as a family enjoying these meals. You know, they work together, they live together, they have their meals together and all these things. But it's not just the siblings and the parents. Like Uncle Joshua is there at dinner doing these things. It's like just the closeness of it. Yeah, is just something really nice. I think I was born in the wrong time period for sure.
I think there's many people who feel that way. And I think it's just technology and the modernization of our world has made us feel this. I think deep down inside, people yearn for a simpler life.
100%.
Yearn to go back to this.
Yeah.
To the 40s where the internet, where the days didn't necessarily like your time, like obviously you had clocks and watches, but time just flew differently. It was just operated differently. More so you were on more of a natural path or a natural rhythm with the sun. You didn't have distractions like television, and you were more closely bonded. Being able to cook for a large family, they probably all cook together. They probably all get together, the women at least, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And they probably do that all day. Whether it's, they carve out some time for cleaning and then they start cooking like an hour or two before the men come home from working in the mills. And it's just like an incredible amount of bonding and closeness.
And I think they were probably working a lot harder because they didn't have, machinery to do the things for them and computers to do the things for them and things like that. But they were probably still
like the chicken was
a
getting
lot
plucked.
happier.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I think it just,
busy hands keep the mind free.
Yeah.
They're doing Jane Eyre this time.
Do you think because I'm little, obscure, poor, and plain, I'm also soulless, heartless? I have as much soul as you, and more.
They've got the wrong pen. They've got the wrong
Not
pen
just
on these
now,
pillars.
Harry. I'll be with you in a minute.
Right.
Do you mind, everybody? Please, I want quietness.
Sorry.
Now, Edna, do you mind, on this line, I have as much soul as you and more heart. Do you put more feeling into that? Just try through from there.
Do you think because I'm little, obscure, poor, and plain, I'm also soulless, heartless? I have as much soul as you, and more heart. And if God had gifted me some beauty and much wealth, I could have made it as hard for you to leave me as it is now for me to leave you. Oh, I'm not talking to you now through the medium of conventionality or of mortal flesh. It is my spirit that addresses your spirit, just as if both had passed through a grave, and we stood at the feet of God, equal, as we are.
As we are.
I love the way they talk.
And I love that they all have like super unique like hobbies. The dad with the pigeons, the uncle with the band, her in drama class. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, we've some tidy performers in our family, and I'd say we're pretty typical of the West Riding. We'd all rather stand up and do a thing ourselves than pay to watch others. Our Annie does a bit of singing in the chapel choir, but once a year we all let ourselves go in Handel's Messiah. It's us through and through. It's music we understand.
Let's see if I know this one. You know Handel's Messiah?
Yeah. The upper deck of the church.
I wonder if that building's still there.
These are the West Riding folk. They are not smooth or gracious. They have no tricks of manner, nor ways to flatter. They are not swift of fashion, nor easy to bend. But the heart within them, as their own moors, is spacious. Their heads are not bowed, and they go. It will not matter what danger opposes or threatens. They go on to the end.
Sick. Guessing that's the Yorkshire crest, right?
Very cool.
All right, you guys. So that
Wow.
was classified as a film. That was a movie. You know, directors, actors. It felt like a very educational, informational video.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the way movies were made back then. You know, because I can't imagine like in 1945 just being like in the theaters. You know, if they had theaters, I'm assuming they did. Of We the West are Riding. It's like, yes, I want to go see that movie. You know,
Yeah.
how would they have shown this if not in the theater with the reels? And you could see like the film reels going, and you could see it. It was just fascinating. I don't know what I was trying to like. I was gonna expect from watching something, but
There's something different. I think I didn't really have any expectations. I just thought it was going to be something different than we've watched before on the channel, and something that is going to give us new information that we didn't know about. And we just get a totally kind of different view on things. I mean, we haven't watched anything from the 40s.
Ever.
We've seen, like some documentaries about World War II and things like that, but this is just a completely different, unique perspective that I think is
it wasn't necessarily
just
about
really
the war.
cool.
You know, I feel like the war takes over everything.
I know it wasn't about the war. I'm just talking about because it's like from that time period.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is I feel like things from that time period in the 40s are always overshadowed by World War II, and we don't get to see something more wholesome
Yeah.
like what we just watched. Just a normal, ordinary, everyday life
Mhm.
of a family in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I genuinely got more enthralled in this than I anticipated.
Mhm.
Like I was kind of sucked in, and I knew I was watching a black and white 1940s film. Like as boring as you think that would be, it was actually really interesting for me to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think, when I think of like old timey movies, I'm thinking about things that were produced in America, and it's just not like the same. I go as my mind is recalling like Lil Bo Peep. That's like as far back as I could think of. What's another one? I can't even think
You're
back.
completely on your own.
Yeah, I can't even think back to like a really old classic black and white thing other than like the Clint Eastwood movies, but like even those you would see them in passing. And I don't remember them ever being just 20 minutes, 28 minutes long.
I mean, I don't know if this is a type of movie that like people would go watch as a movie. I think it's
don't know how you couldn't.
I think it's more for, like years down the road when you're wanting to do what we're doing.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel. I don't know if that's not accurate, but I don't imagine a bunch of Yorkshiremen being like, let's go watch a 20-minute film about our lifestyle. I mean, I don't
Maybe there's
know.
some pride there. I don't know.
Maybe, but would you want to watch an American short film about bunch of Americans talking about what their life is like now. I mean,
No.
I wouldn't. I would have zero interest in that.
Yeah.
So I think it's just something that was, I mean, again, this is just how I feel about it. Doesn't make it accurate, but it seems to me like this would be something that's like, let's create this for people that are in a different time period that are curious what life was like. You know, maybe there's relatives of that family that,
Like a time capsule type deal.
yeah,
I would almost say this was like a travel guide promotional. Like, you know, Travelocity, or like a travel kind of, to get people to want to come to Yorkshire from that time period. I don't know.
I'm
Like, look
maybe.
at what we have to offer. But like a travel infomercial. I could be dead wrong. Probably am. But this was interesting to see.
Yeah, I think it's just a very different glimpse into Yorkshire in general in a different time period than anything that we've watched. I think it was, I don't know.
Let me know, guys, if you're from Yorkshire, and I know a lot of Yorkshire people watch our channel
Mm-hmm.
and we're friends with them. Is this something that A, makes you feel prideful? Does it still ring true today? Did you, or any of those areas that they shown, familiar to you? And what are your grandparents like? Leave all that down in the comments. Let us know if you like this British Council film collection. Is this something you'd want to see more of? Were you interested at all, or was it boring as hell? Please let us know.
Yeah, like we said, we've got other videos different than this, but still 40s, you know, that kind of thing, that we're interested in watching. So if nobody has any interest in watching it, then we won't bother recording it.
Yeah, we won't.
Yeah.
So guys, that's our time. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe. We'll make a series of this. I'm really excited, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.